30. Equal out. Yeah, something like that. One minute. Thirty seconds. Okay. 15. Something's wrong. Those are not our sponsors. And that's Pop Block coming up. Okay. It's a Hook It Up and Tracking Down show, going into our 13th season. Show dedicated to all outdoorsmen of all levels. Guys committed to giving you the facts about what's happening in the hunting and fishing world. They continue to share stories, information, and give advice on the great outdoors while making sure outlaws are exposed to the bad people. So pull up a chair, kick back, and prepare to be entertained as we pull the trigger on another presentation of the Hook It Up and Tracking Down show. Here are your hosts, the legends of outdoors radio, Gary McCoy, Mike Eccles, and Steve Graff.
Hey, it's Gary McCoy on the left-hand side of the radio. The Ranger Iowa pro staffer, Steve Graff, dead center, looking at the goalpost.
50-yard line.
I mean, ready for the Super Bowl this Sunday. Yeah.
Mike, you have a special, you do celebrate the Super Bowl, y'all.
I thought you know, that's my location. I'm under the bleachers.
He's at the toilet.
I see more booty there.
That's right.
Seymour Booty. Yeah, Seymour Manning. Yeah, that's him. The old Muddy and Mike Eccles in the house. Hey, this part of the show brought to you by Despino Tire, Bayou Outdoor Super Center, Bucks and Bulls Guides and Outfitters. Thank you, Steve Nichols. Exodus Batteries. If you ain't got them, I'm telling you right now, it won't be long before you do. Primo Targets and Lost Frontier RV Park and Marina. Toledo Bend's newest resort RV park and marina, with a great restaurant, along with new cabins among the tall pines, just off Highway 21 west of the Toledo Bend Bridge. Go to Lost Frontier RV Park and Marina.com to learn more. Boy, that's a website, isn't it? Lost Frontier RV Park and Marina.com.
Yeah. And video shop.
Okay, do you even know who's playing in the Super Bowl Sunday?
The Knicks and the
And the Rangers.
Yeah, that's him. Just first time the Kansas City Chiefs have been in the Super Bowl in 50 years.
Yeah.
First time they've been there in 50 years.
I think it's cool.
Chiefs and the 49ers have never played each other in the Super Bowl.
I got a former teammate that may actually get a ring if the Chiefs win.
What?
He's the strength coach of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Really?
Very rude. We played together.
Do you know every player of the winning team, whether they ever hit the field or not, every player of the winning team gets $118,000.
Yeah.
Now they all get. I mean, even like the quarterback doesn't get more.
No. They
all
got
even
now. You know, his salary.
Good thing they're not running a fast tournament. Yeah.
Some really cool stuff on the show today. Some of the highlights. Chris Friday is going to be on with us here at 11:15. He is from the Louisiana Rut Report on Facebook, as you've seen. Wrapping up the 2019-20 deer season, and going to get from him whether or not we finish things up as a good year, bad year.
Yeah. I wanted to look along with you guys. Of course, you're the deer hunter of the three of us.
Also on the Primo Target Hotline, the VASS College Series champion, Cody Huff.
Remember we had Cody on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11:30, Cody's going to be on. And then coming up at straight up 12 noon, FLW Tour Pro John Cox, fresh off his big win at Sam Rayburn over the weekend. We'll try to hang out with him and apparently some drama on Sam Rayburn.
Yeah, got a little drama.
And I know that John doesn't want to smear anybody's name or anything like that, but I want to hear from him exactly what happened that could have been the difference in another one of the anglers winning the tournament.
Yeah. What happened to him?
Oh, yeah. How would he have been on that? That'll be at between 12 and 12:30. Also coming up today, and on the Primo Targets Hotline, Lake Fork guide Johnny Geis.
He's back.
Getting ready for spring bass fishing. You can book that guide trip right now with Johnny. 972-800-3882. Johnny Geis going to be on the show.
He's a week early.
Yeah.
Really don't come on until February. But
It's John. It's Johnny.
What the heck?
Wait a minute. Okay, Johnny's listening right now. So you're telling me, when you called him, did you say, hey, you don't have
I don't have nothing else.
So it'll be,
He'll take it.
your face is red, and rightfully so. You would be embarrassed.
Just realizing what he did.
Yeah, okay.
And he's trying to dig
Oh,
out.
we had plenty to talk about. I just thought it was a good time to bring Johnny on.
Good cover.
Just keep this thing on.
All right, the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame salute was a success.
It was in terms of the program. Everything went great. I want to thank the Hall of Fame committee and all of them for all their help in setting everything up. Had a sound guy there. Everything was done right. The attendance probably 50 people.
Yeah.
It was a Saturday morning, beautiful day. It's kind of like a boat show.
Yeah.
They don't show up on a beautiful days.
They're fishing or hunting or
That's right.
whatever.
Yeah, so we'll start
This weekend?
last Saturday.
Yeah.
We're gonna try the next one probably on a Monday or a Tuesday evening and see how that goes. And then,
Let me give you some advice.
okay.
It's a shame you got to do this, but give something away.
No, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Have a
Some kind
drawing.
of door prize.
You enter when you got to stay.
Yeah.
You got to be here when we call you name.
And we did have donuts and coffee, but that wasn't enough to pull them in.
And if you have girls in bikinis,
Boy, that pulled them
I'm
in.
just saying.
And now we know what we're giving away.
Girl in the bikini.
Hey, you give away the bikini, there'll be a lot of people hanging around for that.
Probably true. But it was a great success again. Thank you to Doug Ireland and Janae.
Is he ever going to retire?
He's retired from Northwestern.
Okay, no, I didn't
He's
know.
retired Sunday.
Okay.
Jason Pugh took over.
Okay.
Last Sunday. So Doug's his focus now is the Hall of Fame.
You know, Jason's mama was my babysitter when I was little.
It's what you really.
Yeah, Gina
Really?
Capella.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
she was.
he's a good guy.
So she's actually seen your
Yeah.
toys and stuff.
And your swing.
The parts, man parts.
Anyway,
Yeah, but she was my babysitter when I was little.
oh, that's cool. Jason's a
Jason,
great guy.
Jason's a great guy. Been in the sports business for a long time since the minute he got out of college,
All right.
and was here in Shreveport for forever.
Does a lot of the Demon baseball broadcasts.
Yeah.
He does a good job.
Good stuff. FLW Tour at Sam Rayburn. Of course, like we mentioned, straight at 12 noon, the winner, Jonathan Cox, is going to be on the show with us, but he didn't just literally walk away with it. Now, he did lead wire to wire, all 4 days.
Yeah, he did. And the final day, of course, a lot of them struggled on that final day. You just by your fourth day, you're wearing your fish out. Your spots kind of worn out. Some competition on the lake as well. But John finished 53.6 to win the event.
That's a real low weight, in my estimation, for Rayburn.
The weights were low.
Yeah.
The weights were down, and the anglers talked
Because that's not even a 15-pound a day after.
Yeah. And, even I'm not trying to embarrass Nick or hurt Nick's feelings, but Nick was who I thought would possibly win this event. He was one of the guys to beat. He didn't have a great event. He probably middle of the pack.
He won 10 grand.
Exactly.
He did win 10
Wasn't a
grand.
bad weekend.
Yeah.
And I think he had a new baby.
Yeah.
None of us made 10 grand this weekend.
No, I didn't. But,
And they had the Sweet 16 down there on Sunday. 168 votes, and only 12 of them had 16 pounds or more.
Wow.
So it's just been a tough week.
Yeah, it really has. Corey Neese finished second, who had the little controversy. We'll talk about it when we get John Cox on in hour 2. He finished second with 52.10. Derek Gleason, guy we had on the show.
See, Daryl was in second place. He was actually leading on the final day. He and Jeff Pate were texting each other back and forth.
And
And he
took the lead
said,
at one
He
point.
said, Jeff said, Daryl's in the lead. I was like, oh, dude, this would be
Because he was on the show.
Huh?
Yeah, well,
Because he was on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
I didn't invest in it. I invested to win because he was on the show. But anyway, Dale finished third. Great finish for him, 50 points.
His first FLW.
First FLW.
By golly, he needs to be proud.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he won like 25 grand, maybe 30
His
grand.
wife needs to be proud.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
She had that money spent before Monday.
And he actually thanked her on stage for her, her commitment to him.
Yeah.
And him retiring as a coach, teacher, and dedicating himself to doing this, and her getting behind him on this. And he said, "Man,
That'd be a tough sale, wouldn't it?
woo." Yeah.
Can you imagine looking at your wife going, well, that job I've had for the last 30 years?
Yeah.
I quit.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go fishing.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to foot the bill.
I'm going to try to live on a teacher salary,
Exactly.
a retirement salary.
Sam George from Athens, young angler. Sam George from Athens, Alabama, finished fourth with 46.3. And then Tommy Dickerson, a guy fished against the lot. He finished fifth. He's from Orange, Texas. He had 4.58. Tommy went to the muddy water on the Bear Creek end of the lake. Nobody was over there. It's like fishing Black Lake.
Really?
Yeah, it's cypress trees galore.
Yeah.
And he got in the creek and fished the creeks in the muddy water back there. And he got it all to himself.
Wow.
Every day.
Wow.
Didn't have any competition back there at all.
See?
So it pays. He wasn't scared of the water.
No.
He was not scared of it. He did really well.
But tell me this, both of you guys, mud water. I'm not scared of it, but I am scared of it if it just got muddy. You feel the same way, Mike?
Yeah, especially if it's cold.
Yeah, I agree with
If
that.
it's been muddy 3 or 4 days, I'm all right.
Now you can go to Red River and it's been muddy for a month.
Mhm.
I just fish.
Yeah.
It don't take my thought process.
What about the leader? You're on the leader. And, the tournament's Saturday, but it started Monday.
Yeah.
How you feel Saturday?
Not good.
Mhm.
Not good.
Really?
I just don't seem to do
Will
well.
you keep running until you find clear water?
I will. I'll look around, especially if I can find grass. But that's impossible right now, according to Tommy Martin.
Yeah.
There is no grass. So there's no filter anymore. Like, so a lot of the areas, pockets are all muddied up.
Mhm.
So now, I guess it's, hey, just go fishing.
But a lot of the lakes, somebody told me they had a tournament on Black Bayou at Halston this weekend.
Mhm.
And I don't know how many people were in the tournament. I guess a club deal. 2 people weighed in 3 pounds apiece, and other boat reported getting a bite.
Wow.
He said the water was so clear you could see 30 or 40 feet out in front of you.
You're
cow.
kidding.
And it's just hard to believe that we're having the same thing on Cattle Lake too, with gin clear water. It has to do with not enough winter to beat the grass down and what rain we've had. We haven't had, although
It's been real slow rain, not a lot of runoff.
yeah, and the grass has filtered what rain we've had,
Mhm.
so we could be in for for a different kind of year this year.
Is it gonna make navigation tough, say by May or June for Caddo with all the grass? Or is it just gonna get worse?
Well, they'll keep it beat down the boat roads,
Yeah.
which is where you
Yeah.
better be traveling.
Right.
Anyway.
Right. The BASS Carhartt College Series, we were just talking about Toledo Bend. They were on Toledo over the weekend, and you got results for us there.
Yep. Cody Huff will have on the show today. Dakota Pierce from Bethel University, the number one probably ranked school in college bass fishing there is. Bethel University gives out full scholarships to their anglers. So I think they're the only one doing that as of today. So they're picking cream of the crop anglers, and it shows in their results. And Cody Huff is the national champion that we had on last November. And we got him back on again now today, coming on to talk about his victory at Toledo Bend with his partner. They had 15 fish total for 60 pounds and 7 ounces. And when you got guys like Tommy Martin that are struggling to guide and live on that body of water, that's a testament to the young quality of anglers that you got coming up. And I heard how they want it. We're going to check and see if that's true.
Okay.
You want me to tell you what I heard?
Sure. Yeah.
30 foot of water with a spoon on the champions. 30 foot of water.
That's not far from what I would have thought.
Yeah.
That in fact, I would have thought that you could probably do that successfully in the Blue Lake area.
Yeah.
And those fish cool up as good in the winter, or better in the winter, in my estimation, as they do in the summer.
Right.
And that's a big. You can ask Johnny Ice when we talk to him. That's a big thing when water temps get below 50 degrees,
right?
Especially if they get down 45 or less. Man, those fish cool up, and if you can ever sit over the top of them and drop that spoon and shake it in front of them, I'm gonna tell you right now, they're on Lake Fork.
When's the last time you've done that?
Never.
Great.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of competition for those.
That's what impressed me, that they thought to do this. When you got all of the shallow water universities, Northwestern, McNeese, Louisiana Tech, LSU, Shreveport, they were all on the bottom 200s. I mean, they struggled.
Well, the first time that I encountered that, I was fishing in a national championship on both shoals, and it was late November. And I remember it was open weekend of deer season, and there were as many people in orange vests out in their bass boats because they could shoot the deer as long as he was on the ground. If he got in the water, they couldn't shoot him. That was the law there. And there was as many people in orange vests boats as there was without orange vests. But the guys who won it were catching those big Kentucky bass that were suspended down about 30 feet in 45 feet of water.
Wow.
And they were catching them with a jig and spoon. And I thought, that's something I got to learn to do.
Exactly. East Texas Baptist at Marshall showed really well. Brett Clark and Cody Ross from East Texas Baptist right there at Marshall finished second. They had 54 pounds even, so 6 pounds behind the leader, 6.5 pounds behind the leader. So good job with those guys.
I'm going to tell you before we go to a break, I'm going to say I just left Kansas Electric, Cindy Pruitt, who is title sponsor for the Boss Tournament Trail this year.
Amen.
Just wanted to say thank you, Cindy, for everything you've done. You're a lifesaver for us on the tournament trail here as being a title sponsor. We appreciate it. We support Kansas Electric.
Amen. And we got our first tournament this Saturday. We'll talk more about that here in a little bit. We are hooking up and tracking down Chris Friday from the Louisiana Run Report is next, 11:30. The Tiger.
I don't have a phone for Chris. I didn't do it. I missed it. As soon as you guys said it, I was like, crap. No problem. No problem. That's 318, I'm presuming. You. Mr. Friday, this is Friday. Michael was looking up and tracking down. I was put you on hold, and the guys will be back on when you hear again. Thank you so much, Mr. Friday. Hold on 1 second. 2 minutes. One minute. Thirty seconds, guys. Fifteen seconds. All right, coming back in 5.
Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. We are hooking up and tracking down. And if you want to learn more about the Get Up and Tracking Down show, check out HUTDshow.com. It's a site dedicated to all outdoorsmen in the hunting and fishing world. This segment presented by J&J Exterminating, Yamagata Hooks, Exodus Batteries, Daiwa Rods and Reels, and Super ATV. Enhance your ATV with great accessories and parts designed for comfort and performance. That's Super ATV. Go to superatv.com to see their entire line of products.
All fishing lines are not created equal. At Cigar, we specialize in making line that's tough, durable, and dependable. Fluorocarbon braid Cigar has a line that's perfect for what or how you want to fish. Whether it's Tatula, Red Label, Braves X, and Biz X, or awesome Smackdown braid, Cigar will take you to the winner's circle. Go to cigar.com to find a dealer near you. Cigar, always the best.
On the Primo Target Hotline today, it's Chris Friday from Louisiana Rut Report, and we're looking for a schoolhouse grade, Chris. Give us a grade for this past year season.
You know, if I had a schoolhouse grade, I'd call it probably a B.
Oh, wow. So you would have a higher grade than even I would have.
Yes, sir. I mean, we had an okay year. It wasn't as good as in years past, but I know listening to some of the guys, you know, feedback on the page and everything, it seemed like there were some guys who struggled this year and had a tough year this year as far as deer numbers and actually what they were able to put in the freezers. But as for me, we had an okay year.
Well, you know what? I'm tickled that you brought that up when you mentioned the deer numbers. I noticed that in our area where I'm hunting around Arcadia, it's like the deer herd just isn't as big as it once was, which can be a blessing. I noticed that, you know, we were seeing a lot more bucks. They were younger bucks. We didn't see quite as many of the older, mature bucks as we normally do.
You think you got a buck ratio better than that?
Well, yes and no. I mean, just overall, we didn't see the deer count
right
that what we normally do. Have you heard that from other areas across the state, Chris?
I think that's a real common. Analogy is that the deer numbers are down this year and everything, and they're basing that on actual sight while out in the woods where they'd be, you know, moving around on your leash or while on stand and everything. I'm not sure if those are real accurate numbers, guys. We had an awesome acre crop this year, and most years when we have an acre crop, it kind of spreads those deer out. It gives them a little bit more food to rely on, so they're not having to rely on supplemental feed, such as corn, whether it's food plots or feed stations. And so in years past, when we had a heavy acre crop, we've seen fewer deer while in a hunt situation.
You know, I could buy that. Now, do you continue to feed into the latter part of the winter, like right now? Obviously, your food plots are still out there, and there's a great supplement in that. But do you continue to feed, you know, protein pellets or anything on into the spring when everything starts to green up?
It's funny you mentioned that. I'm on a Ranger right now. But I had to kill the Ranger to be able to talk to you guys. My food plots are annihilated. I mean, the deer have destroyed my food plots. They eat them off the ground, and the clover starting to show down. I fixed the clover with some fertilized, but the food plot that I had to carry those over, I'm not putting enough food in place to be able to carry the deer. I mean, that's obvious by what I'm seeing. I'm not taking protein. I'm just eating a mixture of whatever I can buy cheap at the meat store that has a high fat content. That's what I'm looking to do right now. I'm just looking to help them through this period of time when there's not much for them to eat.
What have you found that's got that high fat content that you know it's cost effective?
Oh, you could find just about any kind of sweet feed or any kind of all-purpose pellet. And if your local feed store, All and Dark, I'm sure can provide you with anything from a supplemental standpoint. And to be honest with you, I just walk in and tell them, hey, give me whatever you have to cheap. I'm buying some all stock pellet down from Family Farm and Garden, and they need $7.50 to make a bag.
Wow.
I'm just supporting the free choice feed.
How do you entice the deer to convert over to that? Do you make some corn in it or something to move them to that? Because they're not just going to eat that just because it's there, are they?
Well, it depends on how hungry they are. Now, Mr. Gear, if you mighty hungry, it don't matter what it is, you'll eat it.
Amen.
I put some corn in there. I'll put rice bran. I'll mix a little sweet pea with it, and mix a little bit of everything with it. I'm excited this year because I kind of partnered up with a friend of mine, and they got a big company called MD Trophy Blends, and man, I think they're on to something because they've got a feed that, that's been the history of feed. You can have the best feed out there, but at the end of the day, if the deer don't like it, we're gonna eat what we like.
Amen.
Those guys are kind of ahead of the curve, and those guys have developed a feed mixture that not only is it's great for them, it's putting bone on the deer and weight on the deer, but it's actually something they like. I mean, you can't beat them off these feeds.
Well, Chris, one of the things I've talked to several of my buddies about, they gave this year a C+, but they said the reason why they didn't go as much as they normally go. And they said, for whatever reason, I wasn't in the woods as much as I'm normally in the woods. And they thought that may have been the reason for the lower grade. Maybe they just didn't go as much. Are you seeing some other guys that maybe didn't participate as much this year?
Well, yes, sir. And that's going to be hit or miss. You're going to have some guys that didn't participate as much, and you're going to have some guys that hunted harder this year than they ever have. I guess you got to kind of take that all and throw it into a big old bowl, mix it up, and come out with.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we kind of got hit with the double whammy, and I may be correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, but just like you stated, we had a very intense acorn crop, which hurts the early part of the season. But we're not, I've said it before, we're not deer hunters anymore. We're deer feeders and we're deer watchers.
Yeah.
95, 98%.
I agree, 100%.
So, but when the acorn crop finally started to play out, we didn't have the winter that would have forced the deer into a lot of our, a lot of people's food plots and stuff. Right. We had a mild winter. We had rain. I bet there's still some browse out there because it just didn't freeze enough to kill everything. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now browse has been pretty heavy on the places that I have, and those browse, I would say, is pretty much as far as the leafy browse, that's going to be limited. And so then it pushes those deer to your food plots, which if you do your homework and you put your plots in the right way and everything, the deer are going to be on the plot. Now, if you put a lot of hunting pressure on them, maybe on the night, but we fully the plots enough where we can put the deer on the plot through a combination of things we do, and we can make them useful. Like I said, the problem is I didn't have the acreage, and I could feel that early on in the season because in October, late October, mid-November, the deer were already on the plot, and I'm not talking about cameras on a deer feeder. I'm talking about cameras looking out to a plot all during the day and the night. The deer were there with their head down, and that told me right then that I didn't. And often you could see it. They were just eating to the ground. The graze cages had 10 to 12 inch leafy browse in it, and everything is fair to the ground.
Well, are you still hunting? I mean, because you got through through
Friday.
Saturday.
Saturday or Friday. The 31st is Friday.
Oh, the 30th. Okay, so you got. Yes, are you still in the tree somewhere?
I'm not. No, sir. I've just kind of laid off of them and started taking inventory of what we have that we want to keep tabs on for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Great. He's done put his request in to get him checked out of school tomorrow evening, and he wants to come up and shoot one more doe with his bow for a friend of ours at church. So I'm going to let him do that tomorrow evening. We're going to check out of school and get him up here and maybe hopefully stick one.
Yeah, Chris, is now a good time to harvest the doe? Is now a really good time to do that to finish out the year?
Preferably, I'd rather shoot them early season, to be honest with you. But whether you shoot it out before you bred or you shoot it out after you bred, you're still taking the same number out of the cycle. It doesn't affect it. It doesn't affect it any differently one way or the other.
Well,
I have opinions of both ways.
I was going to say, I actually saw this on the Louisiana Report Facebook page. Somebody was talking about the fact that they had shot a doe late in the season and she was carrying twins, and they said, "Oh man, I killed 3 deer in one shot. Terrible." And some people started climbing on him. And then another guy says, "Well, if you shoot one early in the season, it's 100% chance that you killed her and any fawns that she might have had next year." So either way, I mean, still,
picky point.
but to me, still you've still got to reduce the number of doves.
Well, Chris, everybody I've talked to, and I deer hunt just up to duck season opens, and that may change next year. I may have to keep deer hunting, but the people that I have talked to, everybody has said the same thing. I just didn't see what I've been seeing. I just didn't see a lot of deer. Has the hog population finally taken effect on our deer population?
Oh, no question. The whole population is affected here in a negative way. Where they have to coexist, they will. Where they don't have to coexist, they're just going to get moved on over. They'll get those hogs. They'll get those hogs around you place if you let them, and they're going to push them deer around. I believe those hogs are taking an effect on the barn crop. I believe those pigs are feeding on the barns along with the pipe and everything else. And not only that, they're eating food. I mean, they're taking food away from you.
And you know what? You mentioned coyotes. This year, we saw. Now you got to understand, they cut us over. They cut all the timber on our place 2 years ago, and I knew this was coming. I just didn't realize in what number. We saw more bobcats and coyotes this year than we've seen in the 10 years previous, all combined. And I think it's because of it being, that cut over and fresh growth is starting to come back up because it's thick now. I'm also looking for the possibility we might see some quail on there that we haven't seen in a while. You don't think? Okay, Chris, 30 seconds or less. Best advice you can give a guy, something he needs to be working on right now to better his deer season this coming season.
If you want to better your deer season this coming season, this next 3 or 4 months is a great time to take coyotes and pigs off your place. The pigs are hungry, so they're easy to trap and kill. Take those pigs, take those coyotes if you can, supplement your deer some, and I promise you you'll see results from it.
Chris Friday from Louisiana Rut Report. Thank you, brother. We always learn something when you're on the show, and I want you to know how much we appreciate you and the Louisiana Rut Report.
I thank you guys for giving me a platform.
You bet. On the way, we're going to talk with Cody Hunt. He and his partner just won the BASS College Series on Toledo Bend over the weekend. That's next. Hook it up and track it down. 11:30, the Tiger. the Track and Down Show wants to thank you for tuning us in today. This segment brought to you by Spro Lures, Cypress Knee Outdoors, Nichols Department Stores, Bellevue Meat Processing, and Bass Champ. Hey, now's the time to make your plans to fish the best team circuit in Texas. Go to BassChamps.com to see the new schedule for 2020.
And Hook It Up and Tracking Down Show is pleased to announce that the 2020 Bass Champ Circuit is out. Considered the best team bass fishing circuit in Texas. Up next for the East Texas Division, Toledo Bend will be February the 15th. Win cash and prizes at each event and maybe a brand new Skeeter bass boat. If you love team bass fishing, Bass Champs is a circuit for you. To see the entire 2020 Bass Champs schedule, go to pretty simple, BassChamps.com.
Yep.
Okay. On the phone, the Primo Target Hotline with us, BASS College Series champion Cody Huff. And Cody and his partner just had a big win on Toledo Bend over the weekend. What's your partner's name again, Cody?
Dakota Pierce.
Dakota Pierce. You guys, 3-day tournament?
Yeah, it's a 3-day tournament.
3-day tournament. You guys set the pace. Had what was 60 pounds, 7 ounces was your winning weight. Second place, 54 pounds from ETBU. Did you realize that? I mean, essentially, in Toledo 3-day tournament, 6 pounds. That's pretty well running away with it. Did you realize that that there was a good possibility you might be able to do that?
I really didn't think that we'd be able to run away with it like that. I knew we were catching some good fish. We were on a really good pattern. The only problem was we weren't catching any big ones. The biggest fish we made all week was like a 5. A 5 was the biggest one we caught. And this is Toledo Bend. It's full of giants. I just knew somebody would catch a 7-pounder, just to make up some ground, and which they wouldn't have if they caught this second place with a half 7. That would help us out a bunch. But I just figured we'd get a few more of those very big ones. Places known for.
Well, Cody, one of the things I heard that y'all were doing was basically in deeper water, fishing off the channel swings or river swings, and locating those fish, dropping down with a spoon on them. First of all, congratulations, and second of all, y'all are obviously thinking outside the box a little bit, because the local teams that literally live on the Toledo really struggled, which probably means they're mostly shallow water guys. So how much did your experience from, say, fishing up in Tennessee or wherever you're originally from, how much did that help you include in for this event?
Yeah, that played a big part in us having a good week, man. I actually live in southwest Missouri, around Taylor Rock, Bull Hills. During the wintertime, that's how you catch them. Those drop in whenever it gets cold. They get super deep, and the bass go with them. And they don't really get messed with there. I mean, you can tell these ones here, they hadn't been messed with at all. So I mean, it was just we got lucky to get on the deal early in the week, and without fishing at home, I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it here.
When you say you got on the deal early in the week, I mean, so you were obviously out there in deep water thinking, I'm going to find some fish that we can at least drop a spoon on, or maybe a drop shot, something along those lines, and it panned out for you. Were you surprised that it worked that way?
Yeah, I was surprised by the size. Normally, whenever you catch those fish out there, if you're catching 3.5 pounders, those are really nice ones. But the amount of 4-pounders that were mixed in with them, it really kind of blew my mind. Got me excited. I knew that it gave us a chance. It made the possibility of catching big ones out there a real thing.
Well, Cody, I've got 2 questions for you. You said you were fishing in up to 30 feet of water. Were you were you fishing the bait on the bottom in 30 feet, or was the boat sitting in 30 feet and you going up shallower and fishing down? That's my first question. Next question: how far north could you go and still be fishing in the channel at 30 feet?
Well, off the first one. Actually, a lot of places I was catching them, I didn't start looking until it was at least 30 feet deep. And I was actually fishing from between 30 to 80 feet. Most of my fish were coming from 25 all the way. The deepest one we caught was like 54 feet.
I don't know.
Don't go to 50.
I don't know that I've ever even seen 50-foot deep water in Toledo.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're in the river. You were in the river then, not the channel. You necessarily probably in the river.
Yeah, we a lot of our stuff was main lake, and you didn't have to be like see the fish when we first got them in the thing at the beginning of the practice. We had a lot of winter weather that week. First we got here, the water was about 58, 59, and those fish were starting to make their move. You get them out of the creeks and they're fish, and they were piled up just ready to go in, and so was all the bait. But as soon as that cold front hit, things changed in a hurry, and we kind of had to follow and stay with them every day. And they ended up, by the end of the week, we caught some all the way out towards the river. So it's pretty cool to see how much they're actually.
So they were moving back out. They started positioning themselves closer in, and as the water temps started dropping, they started moving back out.
Right. Yeah. I went out. I actually came back down to fish the FLW tournament this weekend, and I went out this morning, and the water temperature now is 52, 53. So I mean, it's dropped a bunch.
When you found the fish in the mouth of the creeks, and they were staging, and there was a bunch of them there, then you hear we're fixing to have a cold front. Did you say yippee, or did you say oh crap?
No, that made me smile. That made me
okay.
It had a chance for the perfect storm to happen, and it did. We got really lucky, and they all started to push back out and did up really, really good.
Because any kind of shallow bite you knew was fixing to disappear, probably. So.
Well,
right.
Well, for those of us who are novices to fishing, a spoon out in water that deep, would a big storm have eradicated that pattern? If you'd gotten a frog strangler in, would that pattern have just gone by the wayside?
We actually had one. There was a big rain that we had there last week. It ended up raining an inch or something like that, and all the back of the creeks were coming down dirty. I think if it was a little closer to these fish going to spawn, I think it would have been a warm rain if it was 60 degrees and we got that rain.
Yeah.
I think all that bait probably would have went, but the bass probably would have went. Luckily, it's cold, like 30 or 40 degrees at night. We got cold rain. I think that kind of helped out too.
I've seen some TV shows lately where the size of the spoon has changed from the few times I fished a spoon 30 years ago. What weight spoon were you using, and was there any casting, or was this strictly up and down vertical presentation?
Yeah, we caught most of them just fishing vertically, and I mean it was as simple as it could have been. We were just using just a regular 7/8 glass spoon, just a slide of lead in the barefoot. It was as simple as it could have been. And that was the only bait we really weighed any fish on. We caught a couple on some bait and undertrim, but not very. Most were quality, and most were numbers. All came on just a 7/8, just a jigging spoon between that and a knife.
What electronics were you using, Cody? Humminbird? I mean, is there something that helps you with? Obviously, electronics play a huge part in your win.
Yeah, absolutely. I use Humminbird electronics. They've got the new man. I spent all my time once I kind of got on the deal in practice running around and graphing, trying to find the bait that had fish. Because I mean, you can look anywhere right now and there's bait, but being able to distinguish the bait that has the school bass around them and the bait that doesn't, it was a big factor.
Have you had the chance to use that Garmin 5360 yet?
Yeah, I have. I've been in a boat with it before, but I don't have one. I've been in a boat with it.
Is that not the most amazing breakthrough in technology you've ever seen?
Yeah, it definitely could be a pretty cool tool. But as long as I'm working with Humminbird, I'm gonna use their 360 imaging. Their new 360 Mega it's similar. You don't have the live capabilities, but you're still able to see the schools of fish and the bait as they move.
Well, Humminbird has got somebody back at R&D that's working on that right now.
Yeah, I would imagine you're probably right. I'm definitely excited for that.
Is your pattern going to hold up for this next FLW series, which begin? When do y'all start? Thursday?
Yeah, we start tomorrow.
Yeah. So, I mean, Cody, you feel good about will it work again? You go out and do, replicate this.
I hope so. I don't know if I can catch I don't know if I can catch 20 a day, but I mean, I knew I had to come back and try. I'm gonna go out there and just put my head down. I know what I'm gonna do. I know the areas I'm gonna do it in. I'm just gonna go out there and hunt for them and try to find a few big ones.
Well, Cody, was this we've only got about 45 seconds. Is this like drop shot? Were you looking at the individual fish and dropping a spoon on it, or were you just dropping down below the bait, hopping it, and when one bit you knew it?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times whenever you go very cool part, you'll see creating like your graph, you can see 5 or 6 of them kind of going crazy down there. And that's what I was trying to concentrate on, with more so the bigger groups.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Cody. You and your partner. I mean, you set the world ablaze down there, and you showed some people, because it was kind of neat to me what you guys were able to do in 3 days outweighed what it took to win in 4 days on Sam Rayburn. So maybe to lead us back. Am I stretching that too far?
I hope you know. Cody, I will say this: if you win this, we've told you every time you win, you're going to be on. But the third time you come on, you have to give up GPS coordinates. That's the rule. So you know that.
No, you don't. Send us a pizza. That's all we require.
Take pizza too.
Congratulations, brother. Thank you for spending the time with us.
Yeah, thank you, Cody.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Good luck, man.
Okay, sit tight. We got some outdoor news for you, and part of that is some really sad news.
Yeah.
That's next. Hooking up, tracking down 11:30. The Tiger. Hey, if you can't tune us in live, go to HUTDshow.com and click on the show, and you can see a segment or an interview that you might have missed. This segment brought to you by Candyman Pet Lodge, United Rentals, Honey Baked Hams, Jimmy Grange's Natchitoches Ford, and Bass Cash Bash. Make all your 2020 fishing trips worthwhile simply by catching a tagged fish. It's the biggest bass tournament in the country with over $1 million up for grabs. Go to basscashbash.com to register today.
If you're looking for just one product that will make you a better angler, take a look at V&M Baits. Tournament tested to help you catch fish and put money in your pocket. Designed by MLF Pro Cliff Bass and Jacob Porosnik, V&M Baits will help guarantee success on the water. So don't just tie on any lure. Get hooked up with a bait from V&M. Go to vnmbaits.com to see the entire line of baits available, or ask your local tackle dealer if they carry V&M. And if they don't, tell them, do it.
Yeah, that's right.
Get her done, baby.
Here's your cigar fishing line tip of the week. One thing you need to do when schooling on a new fishing line, use a line conditioner. This will keep your line soft and eliminate the stiffness that happens when it's been on the spool for too long. Line conditioner also helps prevent backlashes, as it helps to eliminate recoil, allowing for better and longer casts. So the next time you spool your reel with cigar fishing line, use a line conditioner. This is again your cigar fishing line tip of the week.
Okay.
And that stuff your wife uses on her hair, it won't be the same thing?
No.
Oh, like loose?
No conditioner.
No
No.
conditioner. They probably,
Do you spray that on as you're doing it, or do you spray it on after you've got it all spooled?
I spray it on at the beginning, and
Yeah.
then as I spool it on, I get a good layer on. I spray it again.
Uh-huh.
I did about 3 times or 4 times in the process of spooling the line.
Okay, now with monofilament, you always want it to. You want as you're holding the spool, you want the line coming off the top, and it goes as it comes onto your spool. It's going on, so it perpetual loop, or like a big loop.
Right.
So you want the spool turned so that it's coming off the top. Braid, does it matter?
It doesn't matter to me. I've done it.
What about fluorocarbon?
I do it the same way.
Same way too.
Okay.
My deal is a spinning reel.
Oh.
I
I still can't figure out.
hate the spinning
I
reel.
can't figure out how to make spinning rule, but the low spinning
I'm-
rule,
I'm
and not have.
You know what I do?
What?
You know what because I can't figure it out which way to turn that spool. It
Yeah.
seems like no matter which way I turn it,
Is the wrong way.
twist.
Yeah.
I tie it on the spinning reel on the spool, and then I run it through the eyes, and I run it out there in the yard to the street and cut it off,
Mhm.
and just let it lay limp on the grass
Mhm.
and reel it back in that way.
You know, I had a buddy of mine that told me the best way to put it on there is to
Water.
throw it in the water, throw it down the lake when you're in. He said, don't put it on there. Throw it in the lake, and he says, when you finally get to the end, when it all comes off that spool,
Yeah.
then start putting it on there, and he said, then you're good.
Another thing I do with my fishing line when I put conditioner on it, say I've used a reel, one reel, maybe flipping or whatever, you slide it, twist it in the line. I'll hang it on a tree, walk off about 55 yards of it,
Mhm.
and then put a swivel on the other end and redo it and spray at the same time while I'm re-spooling it back on the spool.
Oh, really?
And that gets that stiffness, that gets the loose out.
Yeah.
I tell you something else I do. I'll take 2 or 3 of my rods that I'm going to use the next day. I'll get out there and take them to the back fence
Mhm.
and wrap them around the pickets on the fence
Mhm.
and come up to the porch and put enough tension on them and lay them across something. Let them stay out there all night, just stretched straight.
Really?
That works. I've done the same thing.
That's great. I've never thought about
You've
that.
never heard of that, right?
I heard that.
No, it
I
does.
know.
When it gets a loop, it
Yeah.
stretches straight.
Well, now I know with mono, and this is something that I started a long time ago. A river.
Plus, it'll also tell you if your kids are sneaking out the back window because they get hung up in it.
It's true. It's true. I got a good beaver story for y'all later on.
I like river stories.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm always big on river
Well,
stories.
let's talk a little sound and pictures. I don't have photos.
Okay, now it's really hard to go from that to sad.
It really is, but it's something that needs to be brought to light. 8 people are confirmed dead after an overnight fire Sunday destroyed dozens of boats docked at the Jackson County Park in Scottsboro, which is Alabama. Authorities said that Fire Chief Gene Necklace said at 11:30 a.m. briefing that the names of the victims were not yet being released. Firefighters were called to the dock at 12:40 a.m. 7 people were rescued from the water and taken to the hospital for treatment. Scottsboro Fire Chief Gene Nicholas said they weren't seriously injured. Most were suffering symptoms from hypothermia because of the cold water conditions. The cause of the inferno, which is the whole boat dock caught on fire, which I just realized is nowhere mentioned in the beginning of this article. What happened was a dock fire took place. All the boats underneath there were some people actually killed. There was
Okay, so what is it's 11:30 at night? What are people doing on the boat?
I'm thinking they're docked in the boat. I'm thinking
boat.
big boats.
Okay.
Yeah, big boats are sleeping down in a berth, and the fire above them prevented them from getting out of it. Yep.
Holy.
Awful. It's not a good way to go. That's awful.
If you are a bass fisherman and you like to fish tournaments, obviously Ray Scott is one of those names that you need to be thankful for.
Oh, yes.
And the other is Forrest L. Wood, legendary boat owner that founded Ranger Boats. He died sad. He was 87 years old. The family says peacefully, with his family by his side, Forrest L. Wood of Flippin passed away January 25th, 2020, in his 87th year. Wood told his grandson Keith DeFron posted on Facebook, the family would like to express their sincere thanks to the team at Baxter Regional Medical Center and the many friends who have provided comfort during this difficult time. The developer of the modern bass boat Wood began his outdoors career as a fishing guide on numerous lakes and rivers in Arkansas while maintaining a construction business and a cattle farm. Now, if you remember in the book that we got from Jerry McKinnis,
First customers.
yes, who was one of Jerry McKinnis? Who was Jerry McKinnis's guide the first time he went to the White River? Forrest Wood.
Great story.
Wood and his wife Nina founded Ranger Boats in 1968 in Flippin, with Wood building his first 6 boats behind the service station downtown. Wood also qualified for the first ever Bassmaster Classic Fishing Tournament in 1971. The following year, Wood signed a sponsorship deal with the tournament, making Ranger Boats the Classic's official boat from then until the year 2000. Forrest Wood, you will be missed, brother.
Yes.
Did you ever see him do the trick with the boat?
I never saw
No.
it.
I've seen the video, but
he did it. He said, he told me who taught him, and I can't remember. He came in.
Laszlo Road.
No, but it was somebody kind of like that. You know, like an Arlo Guthrie or a Woody Guthrie or somebody.
And I know that I really do know who it is.
It was somebody like that. But Forrest came in when the Reeves family was in the old location over on Jewella when they first signed with Ranger Boats. Forrest came in for a big event there, and he could take that rope, a piece of rope, a lasso, and he could twirl it around and tie a knot in the end of that rope without ever touching it. He's just holding one end of it, and he tie a knot in the other end just by the way he dangled that rope. It was the most amazing thing I ever saw.
I've heard about it.
I had a chance to visit with him 3 or 4 times. Every time he's just a personable. It's like talking to your grandfather.
Oh,
He
God.
was just a nice guy. He never met a stranger.
Right.
He never walked away from somebody.
Well, he met you.
Well, he never walked away from anybody. He's just a personable guy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, anybody that stand and talk to me for 30 minutes, I mean, they're special.
Yeah. Well, they
You know, and he walked around with Nana, just all the time. Just, I mean, they were close. They were the grandparent couple.
Yeah.
They really were.
Do we have time for the last one?
Yeah.
Texan pleads guilty. Stupid. Raymond Hughes, 50, of Sherano, Texas, pleaded guilty December the 5th in Jefferson County, Colorado District Court for willful destruction of wildlife, a felony, and 11 misdemeanor charges, including illegal possession of wildlife and hunting without a license, park and wildlife officials said in this release. Hughes, who was fined over $53,000 or so, 2 years of supervised probation. His hunting license has been suspended for 300 years, and he is barred from possessing a firearm during the 2-year probation. Wildlife officials said wildlife officers got a break in the case in September 2018 when an Evergreen resident noticed someone on his property with what appeared to be a dead, headless elk. The release said when that release is doing a lot of talking this way. When deputies arrived, Muse fled the area, leaving behind hunting equipment and a backpack with his cell phone. And his driver
Big driver's license.
Yeah.
Nailed the tree.
If you find that backpack, return it to Raymond Muse. Nearby, an officer found a bicycle, a compound bow, a backpack, clothing, and the head of the bull elk. Officials determined Muse would drive around subdivision. Ooh, this is my kind of hunting. In Evergreen and Conifer until he found an animal to poke. He would then stash his car somewhere out of sight, ride a bicycle to the house where he could change into his camouflage ninja gear. And during these raids, Muse killed 5 elk and 1 deer, all without valid license. Park and Wildlife officials said 3 of the elk were considered trophies under Colorado law.
Wow.
53 grand.
You know they took his bicycle too.
Exactly.
You know they did.
They took his wheels.
Yeah. All the backpack, all and everything.
I wonder if he had training wheels on them.
Uh,
Hold it close, Eddie.
Hey, sit tight here in a minute. FLW Tour Pro John Cox, fresh off his big win this past weekend, and Sam Rayburn. That's coming up, hooking up, and tracking up 11:30. The Tiger. Hey, thank you for tuning in. We are hooking up and tracking down 11:30. The Tiger. It's Gary McCoy, the Ranger guy. We're pro staffer Steve Grant. The old muddy and Mike Eccles is here, chomping at the bit, ready to go to Black Lake this Saturday for the start of the Boss Tournament Trail.
I am.
This is going to be something.
It's going to be something.
Hey, as part of the show, we're brought to you by Silver Star Smokehouse and Barbecue, the Spino Tire. Thank you, Randy. Davis Clothing and Outdoor, and the Red River Waterway Commission. This spring, take the entire family crappie or bass fishing on the beautiful Red River awesome facilities like the Grand Accor RV Park and Pool 3 at Natchitoches. To see everything the Red River has to offer, go to redriverwaterway.com.
And hooking up and tracking down, Joe is honored to have on the Primo Target Hotline the winner of the FLW opening tournament at Sam Rayburn, Mr. John Cox from DeBerry, Florida. John, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, good. Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on.
So, John, this thing was really no challenge for you. I mean, these other guys should have just stayed home and played marbles, shouldn't they?
Oh my gosh! I mean, I practice was so tough, and the fishing progressively got better and better. And I mean, we didn't win by much, but it was an awesome week.
But you led from wire to wire. Was there ever a point that the doubt started creeping in your head?
Oh, every day. I didn't really have anything super strong, and and I was kind of, I had that little magical spot the first few days, but the rest of the tournament, I mean, the last two, I had absolutely nothing. And, I was just kind of going, just going and hitting new spots, and just kind of pulling it anywhere that there wasn't any boats. And, it was amazing.
Well, John, the first thing I heard was that the weather was kind of rough. It was a little lumpy on Sam Rayburn. The wind was real bad. And at the start of the tournament, there was some guy who just took up there to the lake, and everybody else was seeking shelter. And that's because they were fishing out of a walleye boat. Is that true? No, seriously, a big walleye type boat and couldn't handle it. The weather, and said he just went off and left everybody.
When I decided to go there, I knew it was going to probably run pretty far from takeoff. And man, I seen that lake when that wind gets blowing in that exact direction that it was. In the lake, I mean, it was blowing right down the middle of it. There was no way to get out of the wind. Luckily, I had that press line Blackhawk, which is an 18.5-foot aluminum. It looks just like a walleye boat with a mass layout inside of it. And boy, I did. I just put that thing on a straight line. It's straight down the middle of the lake.
So you really never even noticed that the weather was bad, huh?
Yeah. No, I was just cruising. And, that boat parked lanes perfectly. And watching the other guys, ripping their crap off the road.
Exactly. I want to say our local guy, Nick LeBrun, ripped the trolling motor off of his boat. I don't know if it was the first or the second day. But, I mean, you got to realize that, some of those were 4-foot 12s, and that boat coming down hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were so close together. I mean, that was the thing. Like, that boat I was running was only 18.5 feet, so I kind of fit in between the 12s. But some of them guys in 20-foot, 21-footers, boy, man, when they were coming over some of those waves, they were going right through the next one.
Now,
it was pretty rough.
John, one thing I want to say, that the one thing I enjoyed the most, this is going to sound kind of crazy, but I enjoyed the live video on Saturday and Sunday. That was great. FLW did a wonderful job with that. But your practice video is off the chart, brother. I just got to tell you, that's the best thing of the whole trip.
I was worried about being going to get on the internet. I was like, man, please don't, hopefully this won't make it, And then, after that, got put out there, I was like, wow, this is going to look really bad.
It was so, we could all relate to that because we all, you always want to get out there daylight. Everybody's out there. It was good to see a guy. He's eating breakfast at 9 o'clock and scraping the ice off his windshield, waiting for the ice to thaw. And I'm like, that's what I would be doing, And I just thought it was cool. You did a great job with that.
Well, kind of walk us through the tournament, if you will, Jonathan. As far as day one and on it into day 4, what changed each day, and what did you have to do to stay atop the field?
Day one, I really didn't have a really good game plan. The practice was really rough. It was cold. It just wasn't really getting on anything. So I was kind of practicing through the first day of the tournament, and I really stumbled upon this spot, about noontime, and I was going down the bank, throwing the first side versus the crankbait, and that's what I was catching my keepers on the first day. And all of a sudden, this one little bush stuck out off the bank a little bit farther than everything else. And I threw my crankbait by, I caught it good when I was reeling it in. It had a bunch of hydrilla, fresh green hydrilla, was all sliding up my line. And right then, I was like, oh my gosh, this might be, a really good place to get the middle where that hydrilla was, and I did my first cast, 5-pounder. I throw out again, it's another 5-pounder. So this one little spot the first 2 days, it was so magical, being able to just make that same cast, and every fish I weighed, day 1 or 2 came on that same cast, that versus Chris side. So it was just, it was just, I thought going into day 3, I was like, this is one of those spots you always hear guys finding, this magical spot, and I'm gonna win this tournament thanks to the same cast the whole entire week. And going into day 3, but it wasn't that kind of fun.
It was good for 2 days.
Play out.
It was good for 2 days. That was it. So then I was just like, okay, you made this bar great. We'll just make the best of it. And I just scrambled. I just, I picked up the, confidence bait, which was being a chatterbait, and I just threw it around and covered the water. And I think I caught like 6 fish on day 3 and maybe 6 fish on day 4. So it was the last 2 days of the struggle.
But you had a 7-pound lead going into day 3 that gave you a little cushion there, and which you turns out you needed that little bit of cushion, didn't you?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without that first day hitting him on that crankbait, I definitely wouldn't have been able to pull that off because the fishing was super tough, and some of the guys, day 3 and 4, they figured them out and they were catching 6 points. So it was amazing that it worked out.
Well, that Fritz flat sign, give us a little insight into that, because that's relatively new. Give me some of the advantages of that over, let's say, a rattle trap or another leveless crankbait.
Right. So I'm not a huge crankbait person. Actually, I went to get my boat wrapped up by where the shop where Berkeley was, and I was sitting with my boss, and he was like, "Hey, man, you don't have any crankbait yet, but you can probably throw some." And I'm throwing some on his rods and stuff, and I was thinking about catching them on it. And I was catching them on everything. Wood, lay down the rock. They were eating that, and all of this is a small. It's like a 1/3 ounce. It's just a flat, silent crankbait. So it's more like a finesse kind of thing. Like when areas are pressured where, for instance, like right before our tournament, we had one of those big rattle trap tournaments, and so everybody was throwing traps. I think the fish really got heated up. That everybody was throwing those, and this perfectly Fritz side it's quieter. It crawl across the grass a little bit slower. And they were really, it was something they haven't seen yet.
What color were you throwing?
So I started off with chartreuse and blackback. It was called Lone Ranger color, and that's what I started with. I caught a lot of the fish on day 1, and then on day 2, because I kind of felt like they were getting used to it, and the sun came out a little more. Day 2, I went to a Ghost Morning Dawn, which is pretty much like a transparent, kind of like brownish color. And when I made that change, about 2 hours into the morning, I instantly caught like a 4, and I caught a 6, and I caught another really nice one. So there was some of my really good fish on day 2 came on that other color.
That bait looks like the old. It's very similar. I actually pulled some out. It looks like an old pose. Is what it reminded me of. When I saw the picture of it on your Facebook deal, I was like, that looks like which David Fritz was behind the pose. And I thought, no, but now the weighting system is totally different.
That was the huge thing. That was the main thing why I never really liked throwing small flat-sided crankbaits before, because it's so hard to cast. You don't have the weight behind it. This thing, I was throwing this thing so far, that even like my marshals and my camera guys and people watching, they were saying that they've never even seen him with a deep dive crankbait that far. So it was an awesome bait. The other thing I don't know is, I just also started getting these the Blue Garcia Revo EST. It's like it's supposed to cast farther than any regular reel, and that might also been why I was able to launch it so far. But man, it was just that whole setup was just it was awesome.
Well, John, it also looks like on the picture that this crankbait has maybe a long shank treble hook, longer shank for a lot of people use on crankbaits, and I don't know. It just looks like the hook hangs further down than most crankbaits. Is that
Right. So it comes stock in the box with Berkeley Fusion 19 double hook, and they're correct. I mean, they're like, a lot of times you have to take your crankbait out or your trapping of chain hooks, but with all the new Berkeley hard baits, it's got premium hooks on it already.
Oh, that's awesome. So, hey, have you got time to hang out with us a few more minutes, John?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, on the way here in a minute, more with John Cox and our Exodus batteries question of the day. We'll get him on that here in just a second. We are hooking up and tracking down. 11:30. Hi. Ruh-roh, Raggy. If you're looking to be social, pause for dramatic purposes there. If you are looking to be social,
that's right.
go to the Hooking Up and Tracking Down Facebook page and like us. We need to be liked. It's a personal kind of thing. It's also going to give you your opportunity to win some great prizes. We just did that again last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
It's a huge tackle giveaway.
Yep.
This,
Robert Kell won it.
where's he from?
Monroe, Texas.
Hey, way to go, Robert. This segment brought to you by Super ATV, Iowa Rods and Reels, United Rentals, thank you, David Dushel, and J&J Exterminating and Seaguar Fishing Line. See my top pros trust Seaguar Fishing Line to put them in the winner circle. Go to seaguar.com to see the entire line of fresh and saltwater fishing lines available.
And real quick, don't be that guy who forgot to sign up for the largest bass tournament in America. Bass Cash Bash is back for 2020, bigger and better than ever. Whether you're a touring pro or a weekend warrior, you need to sign up. All you have to do is catch a tagfish and you win. More lakes means more opportunity to win cash and prizes. This year's lakes include Louisiana Delta, Lake Eufaula, Alabama, Caddo, Sam Rayburn, Lita Bend, Lake Gunnersville, and Lake Fort, Texas. So don't be that guy. Sign up today for Bass Cash Bash.
John Cox, the last weekend's winner of the FLW Tour on Sam Rayburn, is on the phone with us right now. And John, I want to hit you with our Exodus Batteries question of the day. Listen closely, okay? Here's a test. Are you ready? Yeah, buddy. They didn't tell you there was going to be a test, did they?
No, man, I'm so bad.
All right. Now, this one might stump you.
Sorry.
With so many people poaching fishing holes today, how difficult is it to manage your fish for an event? And is there a solution to the problem, or is this just going to be the new norm?
Oh boy, that's a tough one. I mean, what happens is a lot of the spots, especially like me, I haven't been on Rayburn, since last year, so I'm only out there a week, a year, and of course, a lot of those places, we stumble upon and find other guys' spots, and so it's really hard to really decide, whether okay, this tournament might be bigger than the one you're going, and that's that guy's hole that we fishes every weekend, every tournament, So it's really hard to say. But what I do is I pull up, I fish an area, if I catch a great, and I go back the next day, and someone's sitting there, I just kind of ask them nicely, a lot of times that 90% of the time the guy will let you in. Like, sure, man, go, do your thing. But occasionally they won't, and then I just go run new stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if there's a solution to it or not.
So you avoid the confrontation if possible, and just move on.
Yeah, I'll ask nicely. That's the whole thing with fishing is so much. A lot of it's in your head. If you get in a big argument with some person, and it could really throw your day off. Especially like Rayburn had a lot of boats on it. The fishing's great. There's a lot of people fishing there. If you got upset every time someone was fishing right next to you, or fishing on one of the spots you caught fish, it would just completely wreck your day.
There was a situation that I know you probably know about, John. Corey Neese was fishing day one with a Marshall in his boat, and then day three rolls around. Day three rolls around, and that Marshall is sitting dead on his starting spot, in his best spot. What in the world do these guys think? That's just as wrong as it's wrong to be.
Right.
Your opinion on that whole situation?
Yeah, that was just super unfortunate. I wish there was some way we could control that. We really have to just, we'll have to put his name down, and just make sure we don't allow the Marshall anymore. That's the only thing I can think of for now. And, it's just unfortunate. I saw when, and I don't know. It might have been the final day that because I think we were at the tank, and I could just see it in his face. He just defeated, because that's not what you want. And I don't know if the guy didn't let him on it or not, or what the case was. I don't feel so horrible for him.
Is this going to cause FLW to take a look at the Marshall program? Let's be honest, John. You're all professionals. Is it necessary
to have a Marshall?
To have the Marshall, is it really even necessary?
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of the time it's to transfer information of how the day's going and stuff, and so that everybody can get updates and stuff. And I do think some of the Marshalls. It's great when you get to be a Marshall. You get to go ride around with one of the pros, and you're learning stuff, and I mean, there's a lot of young kids that are doing it too. That I mean, that will help steer their path in life and their direction of what they're going to do. And some of them are going to become professional fishermen, and it really gives them an inside look at it. So I wouldn't want them to, completely do away with it. But I mean, and it's we're just going to have to, an incident like that, we're going to have to just make sure we don't let those guys back in.
I doubt seriously that you have seen this on your level as much as we local anglers see it on our level around here.
Right.
But one of the things that we have incurred around here, I know he's hamstrung. That's it. He's always sitting on the winning big. Anyway, while the greatest thing that, in my estimation, has happened to the sport of bass fishing over the last 10 years has been the introduction of the high school and collegiate anglers. One of the things that I'm also seeing is the downside of that, which is that somebody's not educating them on the common courtesies that we've all shared over years and years and years of being on the water, about encroaching somebody's space or maybe poaching a hole, something along those lines. And you're right, it's public water. We are all entitled to it, and you could be there. But even if I was fishing a local tournament for, let's say that there was $10,000 on the line, and I know that you come along and you're fishing for $100,000, I have to concede that. I have to let you have that because
I would.
Right, because you could just completely change the outcome of the tournament.
Certainly you could.
And the only way to fix that is for some of the other tournament organizations to try to. I know it's hard because there's so many tournaments going on, everything, but try not to have tournaments on those weekends of the bigger tournaments.
Sure.
That's the only way. That's the only way to do it. Because it happens a lot. It's unfortunate.
Even that, John, that's not going to do it, because if a person has that mentality that he's going to encroach on somebody else's, if he's not fishing the local tournament that weekend, he's going to be on the lake watching you.
Right.
Trying to find your spot anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
right.
I don't think there's a way to stop it. It is a change in people's attitude that affects everything they do.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for fishing. It's just people just don't have as much courtesy, and they're not as polite and care about other people as they used to.
But John, would you agree that one of the things that they should be teaching high school and collegiate anglers is the ethics of tournament angling? I mean, as a professional, would you volunteer your time to give one of those classes if they were available?
I mean, and I do that. I mean, I go anytime I have a day off in between tournaments or coming home or get stop. I try to stop and talk to as much as do as many of those programs as I can, because I mean that's the thing. Like you said, a lot of these guys just don't know. We grew up either fishing with someone that was like big into the tournaments and stuff. They told you, from when you're starting, hey, you need to respect, other people on the water. These big tournaments going on. You don't even go out there and fish. You give them their space. They're trying to make a living. But a lot of the kids, they're just kids. Some don't even have parents, and so they need someone to teach them and don't.
And boat captains don't know either, because they're not tournament. They're just parents volunteering to help their kids out. I mean, they really are. They got nothing to do.
There are a few, right?
Yeah. So
it's unfortunate. It's crazy how much it's growing. I remember when high school fishing just started up. Almost when I was getting out of high school, they have college and stuff, and now they're having those high school tournaments with 400 something boats. It's
621 on the way before you got there.
That's unreal.
Should they now? We discussed this on this very show a couple of weeks ago. Should they start breaking those up into divisions where they're taking, like maybe 300 of them are on one day and 300 on the next? It'd be better if they did it over 3 days and did 200.
Right.
Would you agree that that's got to, as big as it's gotten, they're going to have to find a way to take some of that boat. Somebody's going to get killed.
That's what's going to happen.
Right. I
Somebody
mean,
gonna hurt.
that is a right. That's a fact. I mean, that's what you look at us. I mean, we have one of the bigger fields on the MLW Pro Circuit. Having 150 boats. And the reason they do that, is like you said. I mean, when you get so many boats on the water, I mean, it turns into chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't imagine some of those kids. It just yeah. I mean, it's got to be chaos. I don't know. I haven't been a part of one with 600 something boats yet, but man, I know it's got to be a zoo when everybody's out there running around.
FLW Tour Pro John Cox just won a big win for him at Sam Rayburn, and I love what you said. Generally, you don't really start getting hot until later in the season, and then you warm up as the season goes, and now you pick things off of the win. You just go coast the rest of the year, let them all just try to catch up with you.
So, geez, my goals are to hopefully get a check at each one, and I'll be thrilled.
Hey, brother, well, listen, when you win the next one, you really got to come back on the show. That's the understanding, right?
That's right. John, do me a favor. Send me a text with your address and your shirt size, and we'll send you some I'm tracking down gear.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be great.
Then people will know who you are. Yeah, you'll be famous.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, John. We appreciate your time. I know it's valuable, and good luck at the next event, brother.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me on anytime. Hopefully, we'll talk again soon.
Amen.
Thank you.
Hey, we're going to Fork. We're going to Lake Fork here.
Yeah.
Our buddy Johnny Guy's finally put down the shotgun.
And we're going in the spring.
Yeah.
So Yahoos, we're going in the spring.
Johnny Guy's finally put down his shotgun and his bow. He's quit chasing the ducks and the deer, and we're going to bass fishing here in just a minute. Hook it up, track it down 11:30. The Tiger. Hey, if you missed today's show or maybe a segment, tune in Saturday morning, 6 a.m. until 8 a.m. right here on 1130 The Tiger. This segment brought to you by Primo Target B&M Bakes, Bellevue Meat Processing, Jimmy Crochet's Package Forward, and Exodus Batteries. Don't let a bad set of batteries ruin your fishing trip. Invest in a set of lithium batteries from Exodus. Batteries designed to last years versus standard lead acid. Go to exoduspower.com to learn more.
Looking to accessorize and protect your ATV? Then take a hard look at one of Super ATV's new bumpers. Protect your passengers and your ATV on the trail with one of 3 bumpers available. Your choice of winch, tube, or sheet metal bumper, all designed to withstand any abuse you can throw at it. So, add strength, stability, and toughness with the new bumper from Super ATV. To see their entire line of accessories, go to superatv.com.
And on the Primo Target hotline with us, it is our favorite Lake Fork guide, Uncle Johnny. Guys, get ready for some spring bass fishing. And you know what, Johnny? One of the things that occurred to me was back here about an hour ago, we were visiting with Cody Huff, who he and his partner won the BASS College Series this past weekend up to Lake Bend. And they were catching fish on a chicken spoon out in about 30 foot of water. And I mentioned that there are times on Lake Fork when that fishing just gets stupid. It gets better than anything. Would you agree that right now, if the water temperature, dips down kind of low, I mean, that's a great pattern to work?
Well, it usually is by this time of year, but we stayed a little bit warmer. I mean, winter's been pretty mild, and water's sitting right around 50, and sunny days gets up to about 52. So
it's just not cold enough.
We did catch 3 pounder the other day right on the bottom of 30 foot of water. But the big old bass are starting to show up right now. They're coming from shallow water. And, I think we got a little bit of movement, as we always do with these old big bass here. They'll start roaming 5 foot left.
Well, Johnny, structure-wise, when you start looking this time of the year and you say they're starting to show up, structure-wise, are you looking for, obviously, you're going to be looking for points in the mouths of creeks and stuff like that. But what are you looking for? Are you looking for deep water real close to a big flat, or are you looking for a point that extends way out to maybe a creek channel swing? What is Johnny looking for?
Not really. Right now, I'm going to be headed up the creek, Lake Creek, and Little Candy Creek. And last year, I just looked on my pictures last year. February 1st, caught a couple of big ones. About February, I think it was the 4th, we caught 40 fish left 2 foot of water.
Oh, holy.
Just get a good warm wind, moon right in February, and they'll be the first good wave that'll come up. They'll move back out from the coast when they come back to that. I'm going to be up on the bank waiting for them to get there right now. So I'm tired of fishing this 50 to 70 foot of water of these properties. That's what I've been doing. And not been any bass out there, so they got to be on the move.
You know, the time that we've been with you on Lake Fork, I've never seen Salvinia in Lake Fork. But I'm thinking that this year it's going to be merciless on some of our lakes around here. Have you ever encountered any Salvinia in Fork?
Oh, yeah. We had it in two different codes, Cheney Branch and Gannon White Oak, right here by the house. They put the booms up real quick when they identified it, sprayed it, and as well as dipped up what they could. And, as far as I know, it's totally eradicated right now. I think the booms are put up so you can get around it pretty easy, and no sign of it yet. We hope it stays that way.
Johnny, on Caddo Lake, we're going to have an issue. It can be good or it can be bad, just depending on your style of fishing. The hydrilla on Caddo Lake, they say, is just incredible right now, about a foot under the surface, and it's the same thing. It didn't get beat down because we had such a mild winter. Grass situation on Fork. Is there any left over from last year? And if so, do you expect it to be, kind of get a jump start this year?
Well, not much. We've been 2 to 3 foot low all winter. Just come with a few rains. We're only 20 inches low right now. But they did a lot of spraying here for some reason this summer. Boats were all up down the lake spraying the alligator weed and the hyacinth, and it seemed to take a toll on it. I went to the only little bit of alligator weed, but it's going to hurt us a little bit. We're missing the vegetation.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because on Facebook, on the Toledo Bend Facebook page, I mean, people are raising all kinds of sand about Texas Parks and Wildlife spraying all the grass in the lake. And I mean, literally spraying all the hay grass, any hydrilla, any pepper grass, eel grass, anything that showed up, these guys were spraying it on. And they said Louisiana has not sprayed anything, which, you know, there could be times I'm sure that that'd be detrimental, but this particular time, it was a plus in the plus column for Louisiana. You're a guide. You make a living on that lake. You depend on those fish to have, you know, different types of cover and things like that. Do you have an issue? I mean, if you were on the voting board that determined whether or not they were going to be spraying your alligator grass and hyacinth or anything like that, where would Johnny Guy sit on that?
Well, we don't need to do any spraying. I think we need to follow the money and why we're doing so much of it. They know good and well that vegetation stays in our Texas wildlife fishery, that grass grows fish. And we've had meetings with them, and we've expressed that. In fact, they were going to try to see if we could grow hydrilla. They put some cages out, and it grew a little bit. It hurdled for something to eat it when it got out of the cage. And, we just don't have it. But I just firmly believe spraying cannot be good for our lake. It's something I just wish they just have a moratorium on for 2 or 3 years, and let's see what happens.
Follow the money.
Yeah. Well,
In the words of Johnny Guy, I'm telling you right now, Louisiana, Texas, I don't care where you live, follow the money when it comes to that
but
rate.
anytime you get a grant to do something for a couple of years, if you get $50,000 the first year, and all of a sudden the second year you say, well, we did pretty good, we're not going to need but $25,000. You just screwed yourself by you're not going to get $25,000 the third and the fourth year because you proved you didn't need it. And the only thing, I agree 150% with what everybody's saying, but the only logical explanation is that they've got X amount of money to spend, and if they don't spend it, they don't get it next year. So they're out there just, we got to spray anything we can spray instead of stockpiling chemicals or whatever. Yeah.
Wow.
I just wish we could figure out some way. I heard Todd Martin the other day talk about Kobe, and he's really running a campaign out there to stop spraying out there. But that's just not good for the lake. We're not bothered. We don't know for sure, but we do know that there's not the recruitment of fish that we have when we got vegetation.
Well, I know that when we went with you the last time, you took us crappie fishing. That live scope, the 360 was brand new. And you have since mastered it, and you're catching some of the most monstrous crappie, I believe, that swim in Lake Fork. Is that over, or are you still finding that?
Oh heck no, I haven't eaten bass fish yet since the first of the year because everybody's wanting to catch crappie. Fortunately, I changed today's trip off to tomorrow because of the wind. It is cold, but I'm catching them still about 50 to 70 foot. They're in the trees about 30 foot down, 25 or 30 foot down, and we're just plucking them right off the limbs and moving looking for the bigger ones. So I haven't caught one over 3 pounds this year. Cameron Burnett, or a guy there at Lake Fort Marina, you know, he took us that day and he caught 4 over 3 pounds this year already.
When you see a 3-pound crappie, it'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
It's just the most unbelievable.
Now they're using jigs on those, Johnny. Are they shiners? What are they using on those?
Oh, everybody uses something different. Some of them are straight jigs. Cameron uses a jig and Kip with a minnow. I'm with my customers. I'm just going straight minnows because they seem to get bit a lot easier with that. And it's just been fun. It's the Saul Garmin Blasco, not the 360. That's a hummingbird deal. But the Garmin Blasco, and it is great for bass fishing too. And of all the money I've ever spent on hunting fishing or fishing supplies, rod reels, everything, the money I've spent for that Garmin is absolutely the best money I've spent. It's so much fun.
Do you think that you'll have application for that when those big old sow bass pull in the backs of these pockets and way far up in the creeks? Will you be able to use that to see them on the beds out there and be able to start fishing for them before you spook them?
It's not quite as good when you're under 10 foot, under 5 foot. You can shoot it to see out there a lot farther. What I am finding a good use for it is following contours of the creek. You can actually see the creek start to taper off. You can move to the right if it's leaning that way, and hit the other side, move to the left. But you can just ease around, watch for cover in front of you out 20 foot where you can go make your target. And when I went over to Lake Welch, I was actually seeing fish in the grass an 8 foot. And I mean, through the hydro. It was unbelievable.
Dude. Now, how often do you just have to move out of the way and let your customers take over the front of the boat watching that screen?
Well, I've got 2 chairs up, those Millennium set up, and if people want to come fish fun, come with me right now. I put right there in the chairs right in front of them. I run the shoulder butter remote, standing right behind them, coaching them on throw here, throw there, you too far, you too back, and drop it right on their head. It's comfortable, and I let them watch it. I mean, that's what they're paying for, and I mean, everybody that sees this thing, they're gonna figure out how to go get them one.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's the most dedication that I ever had in a day's fishing.
Yeah, that's the real deal.
Dude. Johnny, guys, if somebody wanted to book a trip with you right now, catch one of those great big ones, the biggest of their lifetime, what do they need to do to get a hold of Johnny?
Let me tell you just real quick. Over 50 tournaments already booked this year on the lake. Get here and get your reservations quick. I talked to Ken, down to you for Lakeport Marina this morning at breakfast. And looking up, we got Major League coming this year and Toyota Bass stuff. So we're going to have a super big year. So get your lodging ready. And if you're ready for this good, guys, get prepared for this. Give me a call at 972-800-3882. That's area code 972-800-3882. And I've got some great dates opening here in February, so let's go fishing.
And I always keeps that Facebook page, the Johnny Ice Fishing Guide Facebook page updated with big pictures of all the great bass and the hockey.
And we got a link to Johnny on our website.
And LakeportBigFish.com. That's another one as well. Check his website as well. Johnny, thank you, brother.
Thank you, guys.
Johnny Ice, hooking up and tracking down Lakeport Guide of the Year. What is it, 4 years?
4 years running.
Dude.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else?
I don't think so.
We will be right back here in a minute. We've got your best times to fish, and our Candyman Pet Lodge tip of the week is on the way as well. Hook it up and track down. Let it Hey, thanks so much for tuning in, hooking up, and tracking down 11:30 the Tiger. And hopefully you have learned a thing or two that'll make you a better outdoorsman. This final segment presented by Candyman Pet Lodge, Nichols Department Stores, Cypress the Outdoors, Fast Chance, and Spro Lures. Makers of the one and only Aruka Shed put big fish in the boat this spring with the best rattle bait made. Aruka Shed. One more time. Let's do it again, boys.
Bucks and bulls, best times to hunt or fish. This weekend is rated as fair. We're going to have the moon increasing from 30 to 50% by Sunday night. There's only a slight chance of rain as temperatures will continue to get warmer as the weekend goes by, with highs reaching in the 55 on Friday to 70 by Sunday. Wow.
It'll be in the 60s Saturday.
That's great. Lows will dip down to 37 on Friday and only 50 on Sunday. Best times are going to be late afternoon. Friday, 3:58 to 6:58 p.m. Sunrise at 7:10. Sunset 5:46. Saturday, you need to be out there fishing. 4:41 to 7:41 p.m. Sunrise will be 7:09. Sunset 5:47. Sunday, 5:26 to 8:26 p.m. Sunrise 7:08. Sunset 5:48. This has been your Steve Nichols, Bucks and Bulls. Best time to hunt fish.
Here's your Candyman Pet Lodge tip of the week. One of the worst things you can do to your dog, overfeeding it. One and
You ought to see my dogs. If my dogs were 3 inches taller, they would be perfectly round.
1 in 3 dogs are either overweight or obese. Cutting back on our food intake is not always the best answer to reduce their weight. Look for premium foods with reduced calories and fat that still deliver good qualities of protein,
And don't let them eat bluebell.
fatty acid, vitamins, and fiber. Light and lean foods are always your best bet when it comes to selecting the right food for your dog. This has been your Candyman Pet Lodge tip of the week. Don't leave your dog with any kennel. Treat your dog with a trip to Candyman Pet Lodge.
Okay, now I'm going to go on the record as saying that I've mentioned this on this show several times, and I think it's going to hold true again this year. There's 9 days out of the year that if you are a bass fisherman, you need to be on the water. The 3 days before the full moon in February, March, and April.
Yep.
I believe, honestly, those 9 days, you have a better chance of catching a bass of your lifetime than any other time of the year.
Right.
Full moon in February, not this weekend, but next weekend. Would you agree that if you were, I want to say it's on Sunday, February 9th, would you agree if you guys had a real job, y'all had to work like the rest of us?
Yeah.
Would you schedule vacation for that Thursday, Friday, and then be on the late Saturday as well next week?
I would probably wait till March 8th to do it.
Okay.
I just would.
You think it's a little bit early?
No, I'm just.
Oh, you just want the lake to yourself so that everybody else.
No, I just don't like being cold anymore.
I think the thing that would determine me would be what is our front coming down.
Dude, if you look at the 10-day forecast, 10-day, we do not have a morning in the 30s in the next 10 days. We don't have a morning in the 30s. And for the next 10 days, not a morning in the 30s for the next 10 days. Now, that forecast can change. It happens all the time. But if it happens exactly like they've unfolded it right now, not a single morning in the 30s for the next 10 days. They're talking, 43-ish being the lowest temp that we'll see.
The will be over before March.
We talk about this all the time.
The first wave.
Yeah. All right. So in the first wave, we talk about ducks, and you say that the first ducks to come down are the ones that they're just conditioned. This is the time they're supposed to go.
Calendar ducks.
And then you've got the other ducks that they kind of hang out. They wait on the right weather and stuff like that. Do you think bass do the same thing? Do you think that bass?
I've never seen them fly.
I knew something was going to come out like that. You knew better.
And you know what? Here you are. You don't even like fish for doing weigh-ins.
Yeah, and I'm sitting beside him.
No, do you think that there are bass that do? They move in because the water starts warming up a little bit, or they move in because it's full moon and it's February?
I think you got. I think you got both. But I think you got the biggest part of the first wave. I think moves into feed. I believe they've been eating shad all year.
Yeah.
And I think they're ready for some brim and some crawfish.
Well, did you see it's already crawfish season.
Yeah.
They started having crawfish actually last month.
Right.
In December.
Around Christmas.
There was crawfish already starting to show up. So do you think that maybe, some of that has already taken place?
Yeah. There's some. Actually, John Cox said in his FLW Live stuff on Saturday and Sunday, there's a lot of fish that he felt like were on beds.
Wow.
They're pulled up already. So,
Well, I've just always wondered, it's like when the first rut comes along. Is it usually the big bucks, or is it all the bucks, or are there just some of them?
But what are we the worst at doing?
Oh, we always
rush it. Every year we rush.
You know what? I've never caught a fish from the couch.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but I still am going to continue that 9 days out of the year, if you really want to catch a big fish, those 9 days are as good a chances as any other to get out there and do it. 3 days before the full moon in February, March, and April.
Yeah. I'd rather be out there in 30-degree weather in February than I had 80, 95-degree weather in June.
Yeah.
I hate those days.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, all right, but football tournament is this Saturday.
Saturday on Black Lake, first tournament. I know we're going to have to turn out. Got issues with the Salvinian parking, boat ramps and stuff, but we're just going to have to. We've just got to muscle it. All the guys are saying it is what it is. We're just happy to start fishing.
Yep. Take it on, Brother Graff.
One thing I've started to notice is how the period guys are spending less time outdoors. Why is this? Are we getting too busy to hunt or fish? While all of us have priorities in our everyday lives, we need to figure out how to make time for getting to the deer camp or our favorite fishing hole. God does not promise tomorrow, so it's up to us to take advantage of every day and every opportunity to explore God's great outdoors. Remember, we should never be too busy to go hunting or fishing. For Gary McCoy, Mike Eccles, Jay Watley, yours truly, Steve Graff, and Brandon. Thanks for listening. Saturday morning, 6 o'clock, right here on AM 1130 Tiger for more hooking up and tracking down.